What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over the wonderful ship revamp. Alright, this was very much needed. Everyone wanted it to happen. Alright, the old map was objectively terrible. If you know what I'm talking about with the old map, if you remember the old map, yeah, some people liked it, most people hated it, and nobody loved it. It was not that good of a map. It was very defender-sided as well, the way it was laid out, because like it was just pretty terrible, and it was just not fun to play at all. But now we have a revamp of ship. All right, so I will be showing you like the whole layout later in the video, to like let you know like what it actually all looks like together. But yeah, this is now a bigger room. If you can't tell, like if you haven't played it or anything yet, it is heavily Dam inspired. Very inspired by Dam, because we have these massive doorways in here. Now we actually have a few of these vents that you can knock down and start walking around. It's basically the same layout as old ship, but now it's like you can see in here it's a lot bigger. And this is actually one of the things that I was talking about. Like, this used to be a site, and now it's no longer a site, and I'll show you in a second what happened to the other site. Alright, well, if we look at the other site, this used to be known as Green Generator. It is now changed to be the Objective. And I think it's pretty great, personally. Oh, I'm just gonna get held. Well, while we're here, yeah, you can see it's pretty cool. There's actually this vent thing that you can drop inside of, and you can go around like this, and then pop out on the other side. So at least directly to sight, but like you can hear people, and it's fairly slow. So like there's no point really doing it. Red Gen's the same, except the fact that there's a massive wall there now. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, and I'm gonna be honest, I love it. I absolutely love the new ship update and what they've done with it. But to show you guys more of like the bottom floor, as you can see, there's the entrance there. There's still the entrance from Armory over here. There's only one door in and out of it. There's yeah, so those two you can come from outside into. You can vault this. There's a breachable wall here now, and if you look here, you can actually see into sight. There's the massive doorway in the middle of the objective. I don't know why it's so big, but yeah, so you can vault this, hold some pretty crazy angles on here on offense and defense. You can hold on to that door there, but also I would like to let you guys know this because it is infuriating. I can't English today. It is infuriating to die to this. This whole thing right here, as you can see, it's all wall bangable. So just heads up, that whole thing, if someone's like being a little rat up here, you can wall bang them if they're standing behind that. Heading over to Red Engine, so like I said, it's the exact same as it was before, except there used to be a door over here around the corner, and it would lead into sight. That is now closed off since that is no longer the objective, and it was rotated over to be in Green Engine. So there's now a breachable wall there. It's all closed off. There's this vent I talked about where you can shoot to mask your sound. It leads directly onto site. It's not as practical as you think it is, but it's like it's a good little thing to add on to there. Like, I personally love it. I think it's great. That window's closed off since this is site now. That would be a pretty broken window. This room has basically stayed the same. There's a door that leads outside, and then you can come in and there is a vent here. So like you have to be careful about defenders holding all of this. I will say with the new update, ship is a lot more attacker sided now than it was. Now it's not as bad as we all thought it was going to be. Like when it first came out, people were just hating on the map, man. They absolutely thought it was just disgusting. But like, to be fair, there are some things where I'm like, it could have been changed a little bit. and there could be like new rotations in other places. But other than that, it is, I will say, a significantly much better map than it was before, and I love it. Alrighty, on to mid-floor. So, mid-floor, I will say, mid and bottom floor had the most significant changes, and mid-floor is currently my favorite floor. Just, I love it. I think it is just a fantastic floor. So this is all open now. This is kind of an easier, I will say this is easier to push. This part is easier to push. You have this little vent you can open. There's that outside so you can watch it. All of these, for anyone playing the game, once again, all of these are fully wallbangable. You can completely shoot through those. And I'm going to show you why this is a very attacker-sided objective. So, if you give up this room at all, it's GG's, game over. Why? Well, they have this wall open, if they're smart, and then they also can just peek you from this. This single head peek allows you to see all of connector. Now, that normally wouldn't be an issue because you'd have another door you can come through. However, that is currently false. You do not have another door you can come through. So this is open, looking into all sight. That's open. Plant's going down. They can see all the way into connector because the only rotation through the sites is through this one stupid connector. And don't even get me started on this site. But, like, I have made a suggestion. If you want to go check it out, you'd be able to go into the Breachers Discord, check out suggestions, and look for it. I suggested adding a vent right here that rotates into the other map, along with the addition to be able to door block vents so it won't be overpowered. I personally think that would make for a fantastic change, just overall. But now this site, oh my gosh, this site. So as you know, the only rotations is connector, and the long rotation that takes you half the round to make to get over here if you're trying to be stealthy at all. But, oh, my teammates they might need me. Oh well, who cares about winning anyways? But this is wall bangable through this little point. So you can shoot all that to cut off vent rotations. This whole wall, I would like to point out, is also entirely freaking wallbangable to Vezins. I'm not sure about SMGs yet, but is completely wallbangable to all Vezins and stuff like that. Look at that. I just shot through there. It's crazy. Oh, my teammate's kind of putting in work up there. Good for him. But yeah, that whole thing is wallbangable, so you can take out anyone, okay, not the bottom part, but you can take out anyone who is sitting behind it if you don't have that wall open. If that wall's open, it's GG's. Because once again, this floor is the most attacker-sided floor, but I love it. I think it's a really fun floor to play. Because if the attackers don't, like, if they mess up something on their attack, you can, like, capitalize on that pretty easily. Like, I've noticed from, like, doing scrims and stuff, it was pretty easy to, like, flip the tides and take it on defense. But this wall being open, very easy room to get into, by the way, because there's a hatch right above it, which all the hatches are wall-bangable, by the way. Thought you should know that. But you can get that wall open, you can get this wall open, and then it's just, like, completely open, and GG's, you can plant anywhere in here. Not just the white part, but you can plant anywhere over here. The round is now over. That's perfect timing. Let's head over to the top floor. Alrighty, onto the top floor. So if we look at the top objective, not too much has changed about this site. That wall's been rotated, if you remember. It used to be on this side right here, and there used to be a little table right here. But that has now been rotated to cut off kind of the defender site, since it was very defender-sided. Now, this site, I will say, many people will disagree with me, and I'll give my reasons why. I will say it is a very balanced site. It is both attacker and defender-sided. Why? Well, attacker-sided, get the hatch come down, get the wall behind it, and then you have a nice double wall open. You can plant here, you can plant behind here, anywhere you want to, and it's GG's. Defenders, one nade will get you a whole bunch of eliminations, I will say. It is a very easy thing to do. Did I hear someone under me? No, there was. But it is a very easy site to defend as well if you have the proper utility. Now, if they're on a buy round and you're on a heavy save round, you might as well give up because, like, you got to pick off as many as you can, and you probably won't win this site. Head it on over to the, kind of feel bad leaving my teammates slow at minute 30. Alright, it's fine. Heading on over to this site. This site, you can no longer vault on this stupid head peak. That's good. I like that change. Fantastic. You can vault on this, and you can see over. This is still a good vaulting spot, although it's not fantastic. Sitting behind here, you can. It's not wallbangable. And it's a pretty decent spot to sit. I wouldn't be mad at you if you sat there. This wall, however, this is a game changer. Because this site hasn't changed much, but in Helm, that wall is now moved over to this side rather than having been on this side like it was before. That is fantastic because you can now get the wall without dying to every flank in the universe. And yeah, so that's basically all of ship. The hallway in here is different, but it's just got a couple more turns. As you can see, I'll show you here because I want to go back to the hatch. And yeah, that's basically all of ship. I think it's fun. I love it. And it is a fantastic change. It is a very fantastic change. And I will say it's overall attacker-sided, but it is a very balanced map. Now that we've gone over the layouts of the floors, kind of, I'm going to put a layout of the map in the top left or right part of the screen, whichever one I feel like. Probably the right, just because I like things being on the right side more. I don't know why, I'm weird like that. But so now we're going to be going over the common pushes, because you might be like, Flair, you've showed us the layout of the map. What do you think of the most common pushes? Well, based off of VR, mel scrims, and casual play, so both competitive and casual play, I have noticed that this site is the most common attacked. Why? Because people get that room, they ignore the vent, and they push in. Or they will take both the generator, which they are droning right now, as you can probably hear. Yeah. They take generator, get that wall open, and they push it. People tend to kind of... Okay, I did not miss that drone 30 times. That is not a thing that happened. And I'm getting pushed. Alright, on to the next floor. So, glad we made it out there without dying. On to the next floor. So, mid-floor, what is the most commonly pushed here? I will say, this floor, and this is what I love about Breachers when this happens, this is why we listen to the community. This is why we listen to suggestions. This floor, I've seen both sides attacked equally. Why? Because they're both equally as hard to attack and defend if you don't have the proper utility, or if you're like have an eco advantage over other people. So, this site attacked many times. The other site also attacked many times. I will say it started out with people attacking this site more because they can just look over the little slit here in the connector. But if you place people in here to begin with, it's pretty easy to defend, get some utility, and yeah, it's like I said, get utility and you can hold yourself off. It's not too uneven. It's very balanced. Now top floor. Top floor, I will say, people tend to push, not this side, but the other side. People tend to push the other side more. So they will get this wall open. They might get that wall open. A lot of times people do. So they get both walls open, and then they push, and then they just have a field day with utility, get plant down. Now, I will say, like I said, it's very hard to defend. If you can get some well-placed trip mines, a couple of statics to cut off rotations, you can very, very easily defend this site. I have won more rounds on this site on defense than I have lost them. Just putting that out there. But yeah, that's me going over all of ship. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like the map, if you don't like the map. Breachers is always taking in suggestions. They are always taking in suggestions. It might not come out quickly because things take time. But they do listen to the community, as seen with this revamp, and the near future Arctic revamp. They do listen to the community, they do take in your input, and it helps a ton. So just let them know what you think. If you like the map, if you don't like the map, if you don't like the map, please say why. Don't just say it's bad. Give an exact reason of why you think it's bad and what you would personally change to it. Because just telling them it's bad doesn't give them any info. They're just like, oh, okay, it's bad. Which they can't do anything off of that because they don't know how to fix it to make it better. Because they don't know why you think it's a bad map. Thank you for the EMP. I'm gonna rotate around because I heard your buddy. I'm gonna get this back because I totally did not die while I was over here. And by a suppressor, which is kind of sad. But I'm gonna sit on this really weird spot that you can sit on. And out of here. So yeah, that's a prime example of this site's easy to defend. I literally ran at them taking over 2 bots. Just full speed at them, no utility, no like anti-strategy or anything. And just absolutely won the round. Yes, they're pub players. Yes, I'm significantly better than them. But that still proves my point that you can even just run at them and you can take over the site if they're not expecting it. They did not play that well. If they had the walls open, would have been bad. So any mistakes that they make, you can kind of capitalize on. Very even map. I love the map. Like I said, let me know your input down below. And that's all I have to say. See ya.